Hello everyone, is this where you live? The Barry and Nephews wool shed. Thanks for welcoming me here to Vitzant. Check this out. The beautiful Indian Ocean. This feels like I've got a front row seat in one of nature's most beautiful movies. It's not every day you see a road sign like this. Some of the residents crossing the street here. You've got the beach, the sand there. You've got the Breede River estuary. You've got hills and mountains. You've got plants. You've got farms in the area. And as we'll learn more about in due course, it is a town that is not afraid to dip its toe in the waters of technological progress. Let's get out of the wind for a bit and go and explore more of Vitzant. There's Cape Town and Vitzant is over there. Before we explore more of beautiful Vitzant, just my usual plea. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. There are only about 500 to 600 people in the town, and I believe in December at its peak the population can be around 6,000 to 7,000. A winter or a late autumn road trip in South Africa along the south coast. The beauty of that is that I've got the town practically to myself. That's it. In the year 1831, the British authorities gave a farm known as Westfield to a certain Captain Benjamin Moodie, and that is the land on which Vitzant now stands today. This is the town entrance. Welcome to Vitzant. Vitzant means white sand, and the town's name was already in full use in 1867, capturing the essence of a place. And fast forward a few decades, by the late 1800s, the Moodie family was inviting locals from Heidelberg. No, not the antelopes and the tortoises, but other humans, other people, to the area to escape to the coast for holidays. Vitzant has a special geography. This is where the Breede River runs into the Indian Ocean, and it's also where farmland meets ocean. Farm animals and whales, southern right whales, in the same area. First impressions of Vitzant is I have definitely got a farm feel. Look at all the tractors, and yet the river mouth and the Indian Ocean is just on that side. Vitzant is not a million miles away from Swellendam. You'll also come across the name Joseph Barry in Vitzant, as we did in Swellendam. Hello Jelle, I've got some new fans here. I'm not entirely sure what to do. Do I give him a hug? Do I give him a bit of a pet? I am just here at the Barry and Nephews wool shed. Of course, the Barry and Nephews business empire, we learned about that in Swellendam. And here's another part of their footprint in the area in the 19th century. Yeah, they are following me everywhere. Gosh, are you happy to see me? Yeah, Barry and Nephews, they were certainly big in this part of the world. Just showing you more of a building here on the outside. You can see there, 1848. The one almost looks like a Z there. Right, here you go, some history. Barry and Nephews wool shed. You see the building was completed in 1848, and until 2007 the wool shed was used for farming purposes by the current owners, who are direct descendants of Joseph Barry. And you can read more about Joseph Barry there as well. Are you actually going to show me around? What are you going to show me? Gosh, look at this. They are absolutely intrigued by either my GoPro or the jacket I'm wearing. Not sure. Anyways, let's go in here. Coffee and klets. So yeah, the old wool shed, but it's now a coffee shop. And wow, look at that, barista coffee, rooster cook. Some classic South African produce. Let's check out the gift shop here, see what we can find. It's not Christmas, but every time is shopping time, isn't it? You definitely have a farm shed feel here with all the produce and all the trinkets, bits and bobs. Look at that, moegesukkel, they are tired of struggling. Yeah, I could browse here for hours. Lots of interesting trinkets. Check this dog, having a good time. It seems like Frida Kahlo is everywhere where I travel. She's here in Vitzant as well. Here you go, meelbroeke, Wow, look at this. So, shorts made from some old bags. Various mugs for all the rugby fans, but where's the Griquas one? No, Vitzant, come on. Glass door tablecloth, so farm town. Tablecloth with a protea. Look at the knitted Teletubbies and Star Wars characters. There's the Minions. My doctor says I need glasses of wine. Every time I lose weight, I find it in the fridge again. Oh, well, there's an interesting message. So I'm not fat. My voluptuous sexiness, it just overflows. Now we're talking for the people with a sweet tooth. Look at all the biscuits, the cookies. And you've got peach halves. You've got green fig preserve. Various dried fruits. Yeah, various rusks for sale as well. Bolletjies. And ontbijt biscuit, breakfast rusks. Good variety here as well. How's this? Beauty and the Bee. Some bee products. Oh, and more stuff for sale here. This is very interesting. Look at all the beautiful frames there. More portraits of a Breede River. This is definitely Breede River country. And over there as well I can see an interesting map. Marine casualties in southern African waters. Sometimes we forget what a dangerous occupation it is to navigate the waters. Some people who caught a big one over the years. Look at that. This one, Vitzant black marlin. Vitzant, of course, great for fishing. Come and pick up a fishing rod and hit the waters. Yeah, very nice touch here in Vitzant. Even got some swings for the kids, all for the adults. And my friends are back. Did you miss me? Yes, I missed you too. I can't say I've got lots of things to film. I've got so much exploring to do. But thanks for showing me your town, eh? Alright, cheers everyone. No, you don't have to come with me. I've got a lot of things to do. I've just come down here to the river, check it out. The Breede River, the estuary. And in fact, Breede River Lodge tells us exactly where we are as well. Let's go down here. I speak under correction, but I believe a Breede River, which literally means wide river, has the widest river mouth in South Africa. You can see there it enters the Indian Ocean. Interestingly, or even bizarrely for a town next to a river, Vitzant traditionally had a problem with drinking water, especially in December months when the population skyrockets. So in 2018, Vitzant adopted a really interesting technological solution. They built a desalination plant, but not just any desalination plant, one that runs on solar energy. So that gives you an idea of Vitzant as an innovative town. And also on the technological front, Vitzant is well known as a town that embraces Bitcoin. Well, at least some of the businesses and people here. I know it can be a pretty interesting topic. Let's go inside. Oh, it looks really nice. I get the feeling that Vitzant as a community is very proud about the fish they've caught over the years. Look there, Dorothy Herald. She caught a big one on Elves Head in 1954. Val Barry, Moddergat 1972. And yeah, over there as well, Moddergat. I love these old tablecloths. Can you guess where they're from? You can see there, Bitcoin Vitzant. It's a community-driven initiative encouraging dialogue, spreading awareness and sharing insights on hedging against irresponsible monetary policy. Right everyone, I stopped for a coffee and a chat here at Sparsy Restaurant. You can see there's my cappuccino. We got a little fire burning. Of course, Vitzant famous for its Bitcoin. And I do have a guest here. He's Edwin, and he's got some interesting gear on. That's it, Edwin? Got it? Lekker man, yes. And you've got an interesting mug. It says Bitcoin.
That's the best coffee.
The best coffee in an interesting mug, and you've even got the cat.
This is the famous El Salvador project, the first truly Bitcoin circular economy that started up in 2019.
That's excellent.
All learning from each other. It's Vitzant is one of, I think, 400 circular economies worldwide now.
Wow.
But it's got the highest per capita merchant adoption in the world. So yeah, it makes it quite unique. Obviously the town is tiny, but it is, I think what this project kind of did is it gave the world something to point at and just say like, it can work.
Yes.
So yeah, I think Vitzant's very special in that regard. The garden route is just exploding with Bitcoin adoption. We've got from Swellendam to Plettenberg Bay, and now even in Jeffreys there's a circular economy popping up. Vitzant will always be special because it was so early.
Yes.
And we've learned a lot from it. So yeah, I think, well, for Vitzant specifically, what's probably the most interesting thing about the Bitcoin adoption is the tourism that we've seen. A lot of people have come to Vitzant to experience what a Bitcoin-friendly town looks like.
Yes.
And it's obviously helped the local businesses do a little bit more business.
It's just an extra option, isn't it, for people to pay?
Extra option, yeah. And using Bitcoin on a daily basis obviously teaches the locals a lot more about how the technology works, which then enables them to stay safe and help their friends and family also stay safe. It's very important to first learn about Bitcoin.
Yes. So there you go. I'm a little bit scared trying new things, new technology, but at least I've got an expert here.
Just search Blink Wallet. So this is the easiest wallet to start using the technology with.
Blink Wallet.
Blink Wallet, yeah. This is by no means a savings wallet. This is like a day-to-day wallet. It's just a nice way to experience the technology and get to learn more.
Okay, so I got Crypto Farm. Yeah, this one, the Blink Wallet there.
One, Eers jou selfoonnommer indruk en want dit
Daar sê create new account.
Ja, terms and conditions accept 079.
And it looks like I've set up some account here, some wallet of some sort. So you can see Bitcoin
receive,
and dollar receive.
Anybody with a Lightning enabled wallet can just basically scan, and I'm going to send you 100 Rand.
Wow.
And the moment I send...
Thank you very much. You're very, very generous.
My pleasure. And it's through immediately, and that money can now be spent anywhere in the world that accepts Bitcoin. So you can... Yeah.
So I can go to El Salvador and I can come to Vitzant.
Or
Plettenberg Bay.
All of the big ones. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, so there we go. $100, and I've got, is that the...
Satoshis.
Satoshis, so that's 5,139
Satoshis. There's 100 million Satoshis in a Bitcoin, almost like Bitcoin cents.
Yeah.
So it makes Bitcoin very divisible and transportable. Yeah, so it's the barrier to entry is very small.
There you go. You can see Vitzant at the forefront of technology and of Bitcoin. Absolutely exciting.
This is a great app to start getting used to the volatility, getting used to the technology. It even has a little bit of education in. It says earn, but it's actually learn. So there's like, you can do a question block every day. It starts at something as simple as what is Bitcoin. So if you click on it, you can say earn 1 Satoshi, and it just gives you some
FAQs and maybe some more information.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, brilliant. So now I'm excited to pay for the coffees to see how it actually works.
You can pay for small items. A lot of people think they can only buy one whole Bitcoin, and then they think they don't have enough money for that.
Yes.
But yeah, Bitcoins are actually very divisible, and you can buy, like, I think a Rand is worth 52 Satoshis at the moment.
Okay. Moment of truth, guys. My first ever Bitcoin transaction, and it's going to be here at Sparsy in Vitzant. And we've got the 2 coffees here. 65. It's my fatty.
You just scan. You can tip her separately.
Yes, okay.
So you just click on scan.
Scan.
And the first time it's going to ask you if you can use the camera.
While using the app, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a scan code. 65 South African Rand.
Then you're going to click next.
And click next.
And then slide to confirm.
Slide to confirm. Gosh, I'm actually shaking here. There we go. I've got a green icon. It looks like payment's been sent successfully. I say. Dankie, Megan. I say. Bye, dankie.
For day-to-day stuff, Bitcoin is probably the easiest form of money to use, and it's by far the fastest and the cheapest. I think with the Lightning Network that's been in development and that's now kind of reached maturity, the whole world should be following very, very soon.
Right, onwards and upwards. Let's go and explore more of it, son. But before that, Edwin, let's feel by dankie say. Thank you very much. I say. So I've learned a lot about Bitcoin, and it's still all very new to me, but he tried to simplify it, and I think he did a good job. Yo, I shaked a little bit like a leaf when I had to make that payment, but I'll tell you what, I did it. Talking about technology and progress, I got this map from my accommodation. I think this is proof that you don't always need to embrace modern technology to deliver a good map, because I've got everything I need to know on here. So you can see there it's a very small town. We are currently here at the Breede River Lodge. I'm keen to see the Barry Memorial Church, walk a little bit along the main road, and we can go to Nellis Winkel and the Anchorage Beach Bar as well. In front of me here is the Barry Memorial Church. What a beautiful, simple design. A nice garden as well. Ah, right. Is this a case of a rusted gate or... No, opens pretty easy actually. Yes, this is wonderful. You can see there National Monument. This church was built by the Barry family in 1849 when Port Beaufort was a flourishing port for ships of the Port Beaufort Trading Company, later Barry and Nephews, which plied regularly between Cape Town, Port Beaufort and Malagas from 1823 to 1882. The Barrys, they've contributed a huge amount to this part of the world, including constructing this church. Yes. Graves here, presumably of family members of the Barrys. Indeed, there are a few Barrys laid to rest here. Oh, look at this. Oh wow, the propeller of a steamer Cardi, SS Cardi. The Cardi was integral to the business success of the Barrys. And there's a part of history that is forever preserved here. Showing you more of a church. Yeah, there you can get another farm feel here. Indian Ocean just over there, river just behind there, and you've got farm animals, you've got some sheep. The Barrys, they've given so much to this part of South Africa. They remind me a lot of the Stephans of the west coast. The Stephans, they used the Berg River to transport goods, and the Barrys of course used the Breede River. So yeah, if the wind doesn't blow us away, I reckon let's just go and explore. Let's just walk around. I am keen to see a little bit of a town, and maybe even the town off the beaten track, if that is indeed a thing. Maybe walk through some residential areas and show you a slice of South Africa that many of you wouldn't have known existed. As more people fell for the charm of Vitzant in the 19th century, Benjamin and Donald Moodie, the sons of Captain Moodie, they began to allow local fishermen to build small cottages on the property. Eventually, demand grew, and the Moodies, they decided to officially subdivide part of the land. In 1908, this area was formally registered as Vitzant, and the first 118 plots, they were bought by only 17 people. And over time, little by little, a village took shape, starting with around 20 to 30 homes nestled between the dunes and the estuary. This growing settlement was eventually recognized as a formal land area in 1951, where tortoises and people live in harmony. Look here, they've got a boat angling club, Bootengel Club, Vitzant. And right next to it, you've got a bowls club, Rolbal. Here's the Dutch Reformed Church, Vitzant, Ingekerk, Vitzant. There's the building. You've also got a cross here. There you've got the church bell. And there you can see Kerksaal, Church Hall, 1950. This is a beautiful Dutch style building. And just giving you a view here on the outside. You can see the windows. And you can see a beautiful view as well there of the estuary. Donkey. Alright, so this is the inside of a Dutch Reformed Church. Vitzant is part of a wider Heidelberg congregation. I've just been told approximately 60 to 80 people here. You can expect on a Sunday, but yeah, beautiful interior, wonderful message there. The future belongs to those who prepare themselves for it. Ralph Emerson. I've just been told that this piano no longer functions. It's out of order, but they've got the modern Yamaha version there. And inside here, oh, this looks like a kitchen area, refreshment station. And the cross there, presumably for some plays or various other services. Vrede vir julle, peace for everyone. Yeah, this is where the minister would stand and deliver. And this is the view from the pulpit. And that's for the collection. The church here adopting some modern technology through
Ja, hierdie is nou
computer.
vir die dominee om te kan sien en dan
Yes.
het ons die projektor wat deur die komputer werk.
So that's the projector,
Yeah.
and then the songs, the hymns, will appear on there, and then the congregation can sing along. There's a book here about the Dutch Reformed Church Heidelberg, 150 years, 1855 to 2005, and they do have a section here on Vitzant as well. It's all in Afrikaans, but you can see there the church hall dates from 1950, and Vitzant Hall there, the year 2000. So yeah, you can read that in your own time if you can read Afrikaans. And there's a photo of Tannie Pietro Lourens playing the piano. The one that is currently out of order, but look at her there back in the day. I bet many people in the area will remember her. They've got a wall of remembrance here as well. And what a beautiful view the wall of remembrance has. Look at this. You can see it's a little bit of a windy day. Not too much though. But the wind can be a problem in Vitzant. In fact, some people call it Vitzant or Witsand. More of a wall here. Loved ones will always be remembered. And just here behind the church, hidden between these bushes, you do have a memorial stone. Look there, to commemorate the arrival in 1817 of Captain Benjamin Moodie of Malsette, Orkneys. He brought to South Africa at his own expense more than 200 Scotch emigrants. And this monument was erected by his descendants in 1951. Captain Benjamin Moodie, an iconic figure in this part of the world. And more information here at the back in Afrikaans. You can see there 1789 to 1856. Captain Benjamin Moodie. And here you also get a great perspective of a geographic variety in Vitzant. Look at the farmland. You've got the houses here next to the estuary, the Breede River estuary, and then you can see the river entering the ocean there, the Indian Ocean. Yes, first impression, Vitzant scores very high for natural beauty. Do you want to know how busy it can get in Vitzant? Extremely. You even have to watch out for the tortoises crossing the road. Some of the houses, they've got interesting nicknames. Look there, Heeltyd Speeltyd. It's playtime all the time. Check this beautiful garden. I get the feeling that it is actually quite safe in Vitzant. People here don't live behind electric fences. They don't live in gated communities. It must be a really nice place to live. And to some extent, I guess they would have escaped the influx of people from the north to the Western Cape. I'm thinking of Gautengers moving down to Cape Town and the surroundings. Vitzant is maybe just a little bit too far out from the city for people to permanently settle, at least for some people. Let's check out Nella se Winkel. Nella se Winkel, an iconic institution in this part of the world. Let's see what they've got. Oh, there we go, no pets, so at least I'm fine. And they do accept Bitcoin by the looks of it. Dag sê, hi, kyk ons 'n bietjie kyk. Dankie, daar sê. Ek wys vir die mense op YouTube julle mooi dorpie. So, daar sê. I believe this is the only shop in town. So this is where the people will get their groceries. Hashtag Inni Vitzant. You can get some takeaways, classic South African products. You've got pluckies in case you forgot your flip-flops. Oh, and some beach related stuff here as well. We are in a beautiful beach town, that's for sure. Books, not sure, yeah, they are for sale. 60 Rand a book by the looks of it. Since this is the only shop, they need to be well stocked with various items. You can see here fire lighters, they've got oil, they've got padlocks, they've got batteries. Very interesting shop. Look there, not just one petrol pump, but 2 petrol pumps. Vitzant, living the dream. Next to Nella's Winkel, Nella's shop, you also have a liquor store. See, very sparsy liquor and wine shop. Sparsy meaning space. Look here, this liquor store's getting drunk on Bitcoin. They prefer Bitcoin.
You know?
Oh, making their own rum here. Yes, sir. I can actually smell the alcohol. There you go. Okay, there's the products, and yeah, Bacardi featuring there as well. The SS Cardi, the ship from the Barries that ran aground in the area here in 1865. Look there, Vitzant. A spiced one and a pink one. And on this side of Nella's Winkel, you do have some interesting houses. Look at the low roof on this one. And the thatch roofs of the rondavels. Gosh, they must have an absolutely wonderful view. Let's squeeze in here and give you some of this magic as well. Just look at that. Yeah, life in Vitzant. Many properties. You'll see a lot of these boats outside. People getting ready for a day of fishing, a day of water sports. Some south coast gardens as well here, and on the pavements. Check this house here in front. Moegesukkel. Tired of struggling. Barracuda Street, Barracuda Straat. And I've noticed that this is the border of Vitzant and Port Beaufort. For all practical purposes, they function as one town, as one unit. The postcode of Vitzant, believe it or not, is 6666. 4 sixes, so the devil plus 1. I think they're glad about that last 6. There are just some views in life that deserve an A+ rating. Check this out. You've got the Indian Ocean. You've got the beach, the white sand. You've got the Breede River estuary. You've got mountains, hills, flora. Look, you've even got a seating area that just invites me. It almost seduces me to come and sit down here. This is the south coast. No, wait, this is South Africa at its best. Here we've got Portuguese Straat, Portuguese Street. Of course, the Portuguese, they were sailing in this part of the world in the 15th century on their way to India. Their contribution to South Africa cannot be understated. And more beautiful houses here in this part of South Africa. I get the feeling the quality of life here is extraordinary. Look at this house here, for example. Klaar gesoek. They finished looking for a space. This is where they decided to settle. Why wouldn't they be finished searching for a place? When you look at this. Peaceful living in, I guess, an area of South Africa that can still call itself undiscovered to some extent. It's a true hidden gem. Oh, is this the Vitzant version of a bus stop? Don't think there's a public bus here, but at least a waiting area. And what have we got here? Vitzant Adventures. Putt-putt, quad bikes, paintball and bungee bounce. Ah yes, I've got a putt-putt course here. There we go. I wonder how many putt-putt battles there have been over the years. Some holiday memories, I'm sure. And yeah, you guessed it, you can pay with Bitcoin. Look there, Blombos Single Street. And you've got another church over here. This is not the Dutch Reformed Church. This is another denomination. They've also got a cross here and beautiful thatch roof building. Dag sê meneer, is dit die AGS kerk hierdie? Okay, dankie. So Caravan Park, in fact municipal park. Here you can see Vitzant Caravan Park, and there's the reception. This really is a beautiful day here in Vitzant. Look at the waves. There's almost a bit of symmetry to the patterns. There's Anchorage Vitzant. Hashtag lekker mense. Hashtag nice people. And we've got information here about Vitzant, a Wessa Blue Flag beach. Of course, the Blue Flag is the international annual award for beaches, boats and marinas. That is recognized as a trusted symbol of quality. So there you go. Vitzant forms part of that architecture. You've got a sign here. Please leave nothing but your footprints. Ah yes, the Instagram hotspot of Vitzant. Look at this. Southern Cape Coast. Gateway to the Garden Route Adventure, the whale nursery of South Africa. And they do have information here on the southern right whale, which you will spot in this part of the world during season. Let's go and check out the Anchorage Beach restaurant. It looks absolutely brilliant. Just look at the view here. I wonder what it looks like from the inside. Let's go in. Door closed on account of weather. I'm not surprised. Ah, here we go, Anchorage. Some souvenirs for sale here. And you've got various caps here, various hats, Vitzant, South Africa. You've got, what are these, some shorts. Look there, they've got coffees and Eureka moles featuring there as well. Oh, that's what we're talking about. Look at the view here. This is incredible. Sitting here, it's a bit windy to sit outside, but you could just imagine having a drink there. But even inside here, this is very special. Must be one of the restaurants with the best views in South Africa, and I don't say that lightly. You can do some whale watching, I'm sure, as well when it's in season. How nice is this? Oom Jannie Gildenhuis plekkie. So presumably Oom Jannie would have been sitting there. And how's this for a generational switch? Emma Nell, she put her heart up there, and she would take a seat next to Oom Jannie there. There's an interesting anchor, and now they've put it up there like a portrait. Absolutely brilliant. More interesting art. That looks like it could have been the Anchorage at one stage. And a photo of a beautiful sand. And there's the Anchorage sign. You've even got a map here of a Breede River and various nodes, points of interest. How wonderful is this? A great initiative to clean up the environment, get a bucket and some trash, and you get a coffee. I've got a sweet tooth, and it just so happens there's a, oh, I thought it was a free piece of cake. You've got the Anchorage Vitzant mugs there, various wines of the region. You can have some oysters. And there's the prices. Yeah, they tricked me with a cake display there. Got carrot cake, chocolate cake, 25 bucks. What have we got here? Beat the clock challenge. Oh wow, looks like there's a Dievenager that eats this place bankrupt. Look at that, 13.48 for 1 kilogram wings and chips. That is good going. And he's got the 1 kilo ribs and chips record as well. So yeah, a bit of community spirit here in Vitzant. And you've got more merchandise, some shirts, his and hers, Anchorage Vitzant, and more information about the area in general. Oh, and here's the bar area, Skeepskantoor. Presumably people from the local community who have won some prizes with a golf club. So we're just going up here to the deck, and there's the beach. I say thank you, Jonathan, my dear. Yeah, look at the Irish flag waving proudly there. Wonder what the Irish connection is. And you've got the bar on top here, I guess. En somer moet dit dan lekker wees, né?
Ja, ja.
Yes, sir. TV and the dartboards. Yeah, I can just imagine what it must be like here in summer. And look, they even have Vitzant Junior Beer Pong Champions. So if you want to be a legend in Vitzant, this is what you have to do. They've got their own clothes here, lekker dry klere, various prices there. It looks very colourful. And I've ordered some lunch here, bacon and cheese sandwich with some chips and a cappuccino. It was 113 Rand. And here at the restaurant I've been given some information on Vitzant. Look, there's some books written by Jan Langenhoven. And I love the name of this one, Gooi Los. They're all in Afrikaans, but what a wonderful initiative. And some of the storytellers in the town, you can see there several Millers. You've got Rademan, Pretorius, Lawrence, Beneke, Fouchier, Dunn, Brooks, just a few of the surnames there. And of course Moodie, I wonder if that is family of Captain Moodie. And in this book you will read about Vitzant and Port Beaufort, and the author says that they should actually be distinguished because they had very different histories, but for all practical purposes in 2025 they operate as one unit. And of course it would be impossible to cover everything, but yo, just looking at the size of this piece of work and the other books, he's done a magnificent job. Yeah, these books are brilliant. They've even got some photographs of people in Vitzant during their holidays. Wonderful black and white photographs. And of course taking photos back in those days, they were a pretty big deal. It's not like today's smartphones where you're spoiled for choice. These photos, they are absolutely precious. Here's a beautiful photo of Dinah Germeshuis, who worked for the telephone service. And apparently she's quite a legend in this town. And it's not just people that are covered here. They've got legendary horses such as Diamond. Thanks to Diamond they could get some firewood, for example, and there's Diamond taking the trek back home on his own. This does tell you a lot about life back in the day. It was tough. Here's a town plan of the old Vitzant. Look at the interesting street names. Stompneus, Galjoen, Geelstert, Steenbras, Mosselkraker, Kabeljou and others. There's Vitzant before 1910 presumably, and Vitzant before 1920. And just look at what a difference 50 years make. The top one is 1959, the bottom one 2009. Thank you very much to Anchorage here in Vitzant. That was a great experience and more of a natural beauty. There you can see some people trying to catch a big one. Of course fishing is a great pastime here in Vitzant, and kite surfing as well of late. Many people have, I guess, discovered that this part of the world is good for kite surfing. You can do some whale watching, and I believe some bull sharks. They are also quite prevalent in these waters. And last but not least, you can do hours and hours of walking along the beaches here. And of course here at Anchorage, this beach here, this is where we shot the intro. Just giving you another shot here of a beautiful nature. This may not be the whitest of sand, but just look at how vast this is. The wind here can be quite a problem. I've read that there were occasions where houses were covered with sand. That's how bad the wind can be in this part of the world. And because of the wind, the dunes in the area, they can be displaced as well. You can see their dune stabilization project. So keeping the dunes in good and stable condition, that must be quite a job. In some way, these sand dunes, it almost looks like they've taken a piece of Van Zyls Rus in the Kalahari and just put it here, albeit the sand is a different color. In one of his books, Jan Langenhoven mentioned the arduous struggle of the ox wagons in the 19th century, traveling here from Vitzant to Cape Town. Apparently it took an ox wagon about 7 hours, yes, 7 hours, to travel the last 24 kilometers over the sand to Cape Town. Yes, depending on the time of day, the sand could be relatively hard and it would not be too bad to travel on it. But crossing the dunes, that would have been an entirely different matter. The dunes are off limits, but what a beautiful sight. What a wonderful part of South Africa. And I'm so glad that I turned off here. I could just have stayed on the N2, but I decided, you know what, Vitzant, it sounds interesting. And when I read up about it, about the Bitcoin and the history, and various other features of the town. I told myself I have to come here. I have to say that a winter holiday in South Africa is very underrated. Yes, this is rainy season for many parts of this stretch of coast for sure. Yesterday, for example, was a rainy day and I couldn't film. But you do get wonderful days like this as well. It's not too warm, not too cold. It's like the baby bear's porridge in Goldilocks. But you'll be rewarded with a very peaceful and tranquil setting like this. What do you think of Vitzant so far? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't done it yet, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'm here at the town entrance. You can see there Vitzant and Port Beaufort. And this is the R322. This is the road you take from the N2, which is in that direction. You do have a bit of a shopping area here. You can see there the Sands, Port Beaufort Village, and various other shops. You've even got an office here, look here. The Centre for Estuarine Research and Conservation. How brilliant. Here's a wool shop, let's check it out. Dismos Wool. Wow, how genius is this? I've never seen this, but like a blanket for a fridge. Wow, I think that is a first. I can see a lot of work has gone into this. A fridge blanket, a fridge cover. Of course, it's no longer a fridge now. It sells salted butter, it sells fudge, it sells rusks, nuts, various condiments. What a genius idea. Yeah, interesting hats here. Wow, and there they go. They've got their rugby priority straight. I see Bokke, 260 Rand. Gosh, looks like they are knitting for the whole of Oeverberg, the whole of Africa in here. And I understand they actually do some knitting marathons. So if the other activities of Vitzant is not to your taste, like kite surfing or whale watching, I guess there's something for everyone. Ah, look at this. This is textiles the old school way. Look at these bus for pot plants, absolutely genius. You even got some Vitzant stickers there, 20 Rand. It's definitely something for everyone in this beautiful town. Yeah, an explosion of colour here in Vitzant. I'm no wool expert, but I can tell there's a huge variety. Knit double, trilogy, various prices there as well. They brought out the Instagram frame for me. So actually, sal jy net 'n fotootjie vir my neem asseblief?
Ek maak.
Ja, jy hoef niks te druk nie hoor. Net so.
Nou met daai stout een.
Dismos Wool. Lekker. Dankie man. Yes sir. That was a great experience. So let's check out more of the area here. I can see there's a auto shop, so it's got a bit of an industrial edge. Marine and auto, or maybe this is closed. Yeah, this shop is closed after 29 years. Wow. Okay, so I don't think we'll be able to go in here. Here's a restaurant, Ellie's on Main. Yeah, nice soup here, 55 Rand. Beautiful outside area. Beautiful flowers, colourful touch here in Vitzant. And the orange colour features prominently here, the Bitcoin colour. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Yeah, some of the prices. This restaurant you can see there, white wine 120, 27 Rand for a Coke, 38 for a Red Bull. I'm just cherry picking a few prices there. And the seafood menu, starters. Yeah, there we go. Alright everyone, let me show you where I'm staying here in Vitzant. You can see I've got a twin room, 2 single beds there. I've got a bathroom over there, a little mirror. How's it everyone? I've got a cupboard, and I've got a map of Vitzant over there, all the places of interest. I've got some hangers where I can hang my coats, although I've opted for the chair over there. And I've got an interesting piece of art here, monkeys in the jungle, and some art over here as well. You can see there, live simply. A nice colourful touch there and a beautiful message. Don't worry, be happy. Look at this beautiful mirror decorated with seashells and sea urchins. And in the bathroom also you've got the seepampoentjies, the sea urchins in the corner. There's another mirror, there's the wash basin, And there's the shower. So pretty decent. And here's another book that I borrowed from the owners. You can see there the berries, the Uferberg and the harbour of Port Beaufort. It's written by A.P. Bursky. Hope I pronounced that right. But it also has a foreword from Jan Langenhoven. It's very interesting and it gave me some good perspectives on the area. And here's more of the outside area. You can see a surfboard. There's a seahorse. Some flowers and plants here. And look, a little citrus tree. And you do have a dormitories here as well, and there's a communal kitchen area. Ah, look, an outside fire space and a few kitchen rules there for the Afrikaans people. That's quite funny. And here's a communal kitchen area and a place for people to hang out. You can see some more beautiful art. There's a globe of the world. Let's see if we can spot Vitzant. Probably somewhere around there. Nice kitchen as well. There's a fridge. Okay, it's 2 fridges. Usual stuff, mark your food. And yes, look at that, they do accept Bitcoin. They really are well stocked here. Look, there's an oven. There's a microwave. Yeah, even got a toaster. Kettle, teas and coffees. Very, very nice place. Even a guitar. Waves of Vitzant. This is the end of May, and if you book direct here, if you're one person, it's about 500 rands. Alright everyone, I'm gonna end the vlog here in an area known as the Kraalkie. And I'm also here on Joseph Barry Drive. Joseph Barry, who's done so much for the area, the community. This town is in many ways everything I want South African towns to be. I want them to be safe. I want the people to be friendly and accommodating. And I want the people to be proud of their area. I love what they've done with regards to conservation, celebrating the environment, documenting their history. Jan Langenhoven, fantastic. And I really hope that more people will discover the magic of this part of South Africa. Come to Vitzant and experience a slice of a magic. If you haven't done it yet, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment for me in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. For now, I just want to say again, thanks for watching my videos, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Cheers, take it easy.